Good morning, students. Today we're going to finish reading the story of Johnny Chuck. So please turn to your books to page 6. It looks like this one. It's the last page of the story. I'm going to start with paragraph 27. But all day long, Striped Chipmunk and Peter Rabbit and Bobby Raccoon and Jimmy Skunk and Reddy Fox ran this way and ran that way over the green meadows, trying to find the best thing in the world. What did you picture in your mind as I read that? I hope you pictured a bunch of animals running through the woods to find food that they liked. The sun was very, very warm, and they ran so far and they ran so fast that they were very, very hot and tired, and still they hadn't found the best thing in the world. When the long day was over, they started up the lone little path past Johnny Chuck's house to their own homes. They didn't hurry now, for they were so very, very tired, and they were cross, oh so cross. Striped Chipmunk hadn't found a single nut. Peter Rabbit hadn't found so much as the leaf of a cabbage. Bobby Raccoon hadn't found the tiniest bit of sweet, milky corn. Jimmy Skunk hadn't seen a single beetle. Now, hadn't means had not, so none of these animals had found what they were looking for. Reddy Fox hadn't heard so much as the peep of a chicken, and all were as hungry could be. Halfway up the lone little path, they met Old Mother West Wind going to her home behind the hill. "Did you find the best thing in the world?" asked Old Mother West Wind. "No!" shouted Striped Chipmunk and Peter Rabbit and Bobby Raccoon and Jimmy Skunk and Reddy Fox all together. "Johnny Chuck has it," said Old Mother West Wind. "It is being happy with the things you have and not wanting things which someone else has, and it is called contentment." At the bottom it says, "From Old Mother West Wind" by Thornton W. Burgess, Public Domain. And that just is the name of the book, the author, and it tells us that we're all free to read it and you don't have to pay for this story. That's what public domain means. So now I want to introduce you to questions like you will see on the PARCC test, and we'll practice answering and understanding these questions. So get your pencil ready and your highlighter. I have mine right here. The first question says, what does cross mean as it is used in paragraph 28 of Johnny Chuck finds the best thing in the world? When we get ready to test, read the question, but also read the answers and then read the question again to see what it's looking for. The answers are excited, lost, upset, scared. I see they're asking me for a feeling word. All of these are feelings. They ask me, what does cross mean? So cross must mean one of these feelings. And then they ask me in paragraph 28, why did they put that in the question? They put that there so that I can go back over to the story, to paragraph 28, and look at the word cross and see how they use it in the story. Now, I know a cross can look like this. I know this could be a cross. But let me read the story and see how it's used in the story. It says, when the long day was over, they started up the lone little path past Johnny Chuck's house to their own homes. They didn't hurry now, for they were so very, very tired, and they were cross, oh so cross. Now notice when I wanted to find out what this word means, I went way up here to the beginning of the paragraph and started to read. And I would like for you to continue reading the paragraph. So to understand what that means, you have to use all the words around it. That's called the context. These animals did not find what they were looking for, and they were hungry, and then they were cross. So let me go and see what cross could possibly mean. If they couldn't find what they were looking for and they were hungry, do you think they were still excited? No, that is not the best answer. Do you think they were lost? No, it didn't say they were lost. It just said they could not find what they were looking for, and that's different. Do you think they were upset? Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. I'm just going to put a check next to it, but I have to read all of the answers to be sure. The last answer could be a better one. Do you think they were scared? No, it didn't say that they were running away from anything or yelling or hiding, so I don't think they were scared. So what does cross mean as it is used in paragraph 28? It means that they were upset. Which statement best supports the answer to part A? Well, part A, my answer was upset. Which of these phrases would show that they were upset? Ran this way and ran that way? No, that just shows that they were looking for something and maybe that they were excited. Hadn't found the best thing in the world? Yeah, they were pretty upset about that. That's a pretty good answer. I'm going to put a check. But I have to read all of the answers just to make sure there's not a better one. They started up the lone little path. Well, that tells me what they did, but not really why or how they felt. They didn't hurry now. You know, they stopped running and hurrying because they couldn't find what they were looking for. I think this is a pretty good answer. I have two really good answers, B and D. Which one do you think is the better answer of those two to show that the animals were upset in part A? Choose your answer, then talk about it with your teacher when you are done. Turn the page. How do the details in the story show the idea of contentment? So I know contentment was in the story in the last paragraph. When they could not find what they were looking for, Old Mother West Wind said, "Johnny Chuck has it. It is being happy with the things you have and not wanting things which someone else has. And it is called contentment." She just defined a new word for me, so I'm going to highlight my new words. Being happy with the things you have and not wanting things which someone else has. How do the details show the idea of contentment? Do they describe what Johnny Chuck does at his home? Through the question that Johnny Chuck asked in the story? Through the explanation of the animals' hunger after their search? Or through the listing of all the animals that joined the group? Choose your answer now, and you'll talk about it with your teacher later.